Find a place that you can sit comfortably. A place where you can sit and still sit up. Where you can hold your backbone fairly straight and make use of that connection from the bottom of your spine to the top of your crown. A place where you're not going to go to sleep, where you can hold some energy and where you can maintain your consciousness, your presence of mind in this moment. We're going to open a gateway, an energetic doorway between the world that we live in from day to day, the world that we create our life in, and all the worlds of spirit and light that exist throughout all of creation, all the frequencies, all the realities, all the connections with the mythologies of the spirit people, the angels, the avatars, the Christ, the Buddha, Quetzalcoatl, the avatar of Teotihuacan, Quetzalcoatl, the avatar of dreaming heaven, the embodiment of light and consciousness in a state that is the bridge between heaven and earth. So as you find your seat, as you find yourself connected to your physical body, begin to breathe, slow and deep. And with each inhale, see that what you're actually inhaling is light. Use your imagination. Inhale light, and see in your mind's eye that each breath, each inhale of light is actually feeding every cell of your body, that you're breathing in light and energy, light and consciousness, light and awareness. And allow that energy and that awareness to bring life into your form, so that while you're completely relaxed, with each inhale, you're breathing in, inhaling energy and light. And with each exhale, you're actually letting go of your attachment to what you call reality. You're letting go of all the roles that you live from day to day. You're letting go of the identity that you're holding on to at this point in time in your life. You're letting go of the stories. You're letting go of the definitions. You're just letting go. So for just a moment, take 3 or 4 of these deep inhales of light and exhale all that you live connected to from moment to moment, and allow you as consciousness to just be present in your physical body. Now, allow your imagination to open up and imagine that you're climbing a set of steps, ancient stone steps, steps that lead to the top of a wall, a doorway, 18 steps. Count them. See your feet as they touch the top of each step. Feel it in your body as the muscles expand and contract, and you make your journey 18 steps to the top of the platform. With each step up, take an inhale, take a breath, and then as you transition to the next step, exhale and let go. As you reach the top of the platform, you're now looking out over a great open plaza, a plaza that's surrounded on all four sides by walls. In the center of this great open plaza, as big as a football field, in the center, there's an altar, a stone altar that again has 12 steps. 12 steps on each side of the four directions that lead to the top of this altar. And on the far side of the altar, you see a pyramid. You see a set of steps ascending to the top of the temple in the pyramid of Quetzalcoatl, the avatar of Teotihuacan. And you take in this vast expanse. You breathe it in again, breathing in the light of this place of your imagination, this place of timeless connection between heaven and earth. And as you take in this space and time, you become aware that there is a presence here within you, here within this space, here within the world around us. There is a great presence. A consciousness. An awareness. It is the awareness of the avatar of this plaza. It's an awareness of the presence of Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl is known as the plumed serpent. Allow your imagination to envision a plumed serpent. A great serpent or snake that not only has the blue and green scales of a divine serpent, but is also wrapped in the bright, colorful feathers of the Quetzal bird, red and gold and blue and green. A serpent that has found the connection between heaven and earth, and a serpent that is capable of morphing beyond the simple form as a snake and can expand as consciousness into the light of the sun, shape-shifting into the form of the Quetzal bird, flying between the worlds of this earth, the body of the mother as the planet, and the heavens, the higher realms of consciousness and light. Imagine that in this great plaza, this is the invitation that is being offered to you as consciousness, to you as a human being, to you as who you are. That all the aspects of you hold the potential together to become as Quetzalcoatl did, to become a bridge between heaven and earth. So now as you sit, as you breathe in and breathe out, reconnect again with your body. bring your attention back to your physical form, to where you sit right here, right now, to the breath, to the feeling of sitting in your seat, your feet on the floor. Take a few breaths. And now allow your imagination to open again. And imagine that before you in this great plaza, spread out throughout the plaza, are all the aspects of your life. All of the relationships are represented here. All of the connections, all of the stories, all your personal history, all the knowledge, all the people, all of the places that you love, all the things that you love to do, all the people that you love or like, and even the people that you might hate or dislike. The entire context and history of your life is contained here in this plaza. All of it. Good, bad, and otherwise. And yet as you look out across the plaza and are very aware that the entire story of this life is contained here in this plaza, you can look at it from a very subjective point of view. You can look at it not from attachment to any one aspect, but from the awareness that who you are really is something greater than even all of this lifetime's experience combined. That there's more to you than what has been contained in this life. And so from this place of detachment, you can look out across your life and you can scan over all those relationships. And yes, there might be feelings. There might be reactions. You might get hooked by a story about this or a story about that. But don't let yourself fall in. Allow yourself to keep moving. And within the imagination of that amazing mind of yours, you scan over all the aspects of you as a human being and all the aspects of the experience that's led you to this point, right here, right now. Take a moment and feel your way through this. What comes to the surface first? What's buried down a little deeper? And then what is there all the way down at the very foundation of your relationship with you? Allow yourself in your mind's eye, in your imagination, to take a walk through this great plaza. Remember, it's the size of a football field, surrounded by stone walls, with the great light of the sun shining down on you, shining down on all the aspects of your life. Take a few moments and walk around through this museum of your reality. And allow yourself to connect and see what all's there. Take that journey for a moment. And now, I would like to ask you to be very, very honest with yourself and acknowledge those aspects of your life that you know you might be stuck with or stuck in. Those things that you may have worked on, but they still haunt you. Those stories that you've tried and tried to leave behind, but it seems that they still follow you around. those attachments that you've tried to shed, and yet they seem to pop up over and over again. I want you to be ruthlessly honest with yourself about anything and everything in your life that you know you're still energetically connected to, that you're still maybe wrapped up in, and that you know it would truly be in your best interest if you could just release it for real and let its energy go for real. So take an inventory. You've made the walk through the great plaza of the museum of your life. Now identify those things that you know in your heart of hearts it's time for you to let go of. No judgment, not because they're right or wrong, or good or bad. And in fact, many times we can have great accomplishments that we have come to identify and define ourselves by, but they're accomplishments of the past. And oftentimes those great accomplishments actually can become burdens in the present moment. They can become burdens that we have to carry around with us because we've come to define ourselves by some aspect of our past. So don't just look for the things that might be considered bad or wrong. Look for everything that you know you live attached to that is not of this present moment. It's not really alive today. And it is something that if you could, you would release completely to allow yourself to have more freedom. So take a moment and identify these things. Breathe into each one. Breathe breath and light and life into each aspect that you identify. Now, imagine that you can gather those aspects up, and again, use your imagination. Gather those aspects up, and see yourself gathering them up. Maybe you're putting them in a basket. Maybe there's a token, or a stone, or a feather, or a flower that represents each of these aspects, and you're gathering them up. You're placing them in a basket, and as you move around the plaza, identifying what you would release, you begin to fill the basket with these objects. And when you're ready, you approach that altar in the center of the plaza. You stop at the base of the stairs. Remember, there are 12 steps to the top of this altar, this island of safety. And so you make the climb, one step at a time, to the top of this altar. And as you reach the top, you see that it's maybe a square 20 feet by 20 feet. And it's framed on each side by a set of 12 steps. And from this vantage point, you're a bit above the great plaza, this museum of your life, this plaza of Quetzalcoatl, the great avatar of Teotihuacan. And you realize from this vantage point, from the top of the altar, with this basket that contains the aspects of your life, your story that you're now ready to release, you realize that from the top of the altar, you actually hold a higher perspective, and you can look down on the rest of the life that you have lived, and you can see it from a greater perspective, a freer perspective. Take a few breaths and look all around in all four directions. And breathe in great gratitude for this life of yours. Breathe in great gratitude for the opportunity to be human. Breathe in great gratitude for the fact that you have survived, for the fact that you have grown and evolved, for the fact that by your saying so, you are right here, right now, able to choose to clean yourself, to clear yourself, to open yourself up to the infinite possibilities and the opportunities that the great avatar, Quetzalcoatl, the Christ energy of Teotihuacan, is here to offer you. Breathe it in. And now take your basket, and with both hands hold that basket up into the light of the sun. Hold it up. And breathe in the light of the sun. And realize that the story of your life is woven of energy and woven of light. That all our thoughts, all our judgments, all the goods and bads and the rights and the wrongs, that it's all a tapestry of energy and light. And that what you have identified is now going to be an offering back to life, back to the Creator, back to your God, whatever language you use, whatever identities you hold. This is an offering of energy and light back to the one that created us. So you hold up your basket and imagine that the basket now becomes light as a feather, and that the light of the sun seems to fall down around you almost like a rain. Like the light of the sun is holding you, it's bathing you, it's washing you. And you take your basket, you place it in the center of this altar. With all your love, you set it down. And with all your love, you let it go. And before you descend back down the steps into the plaza, you look around again in the four directions. You check in with your own heart, and you come to terms with how willing are you really to let go of everything you think you know about you, about life, about what is necessary and what isn't, about what's right and what's wrong. You check in on how willing you are to really let go of the terms and conditions that you have been living life by, so that you might have the opportunity to see yourself and your life from an even greater perspective, so that you might say yes to the invitation from life that brought you here on this journey, in this moment. And breathe in that light. Breathe into your heart, into your center, into a place of great gratitude. Think of someone or something that you have absolute unconditional love for. Envision that person or that place or that thing right now. Who or what do you have absolute unconditional love for? See them, feel that. Breathe into it. And as you exhale that love and gratitude, you begin to descend back down the steps, and you let go. And you know that you're going to do your best, and that your best is good enough. Welcome to Teotihuacan. Welcome to dreaming heaven. Welcome to the possibilities of finding out who you are really.
Ooh.